Just when America has reached a breaking point with division, visionary influencer Danni Benson's "I'm Proud of You, Sis, Bro" movement taps into the pulse and heartbeat of a culture radically torn. But this loving mom's voice of reason and calm has received national recognition.
How'd you balance having your children and always traveling with the Yankee organization?
When I became a dad, I said that I would always love like a mother.
I feel like I have to try certain things or act a different way because I know some people or some kids.
So join Danni Benson as she celebrates her special guests on her show and highlights their gifts and contributions to our world.
Hi, everyone. Hey, if you see me, you know it's Wednesday. Wednesday is Hump Day, Women's Day. I look forward to Wednesdays because that means it's just 2 more days. Wednesday is Hump Day. Thursdays is almost day. And Friday is yay day. Hey, everyone. I hope everyone had a great Valentine's Day. My name is Danni Benson, host of I'm Proud of You, Sis. I'm still in this love feeling. I am the founder of Self-Love Day on February 13th in the state of New York. So I believe Self-Love Day is every day. You got to pour that love into you so you can get that glow, and you got to tell yourself daily affirmations, just to keep you going and just to build your armor up and your self-love up, because when you are in love with yourself, you won't tolerate the BS. I call it the BS that people want to throw you away. You will stand up for yourself. Your voice will be heard in a respectful manner, of course, but you won't tolerate things when you're at a higher frequency versus the things you tolerate when you're at a lower frequency, if you know what I mean. But I have a great guest. Her name is LeShawn Walker. She is a founder of You Are Unity. I am so happy to have her here because she's going to talk to us, the audience, about self-love is her first love, which means that you have to love yourself first. That is epitome of what self-love is about. And the reason that self-love is so important is because it gets you through those times where you feel hopeless, despair, you feel like maybe you can't move on, and you constantly have to just hug yourself and reassure yourself that there is light at the end of the tunnel, and eventually everything will be okay again. And so you have to have that record in your head constantly talking to you as positively as possible to make sure that you give yourself the fuel to keep going and keep moving to that direction that you need to get to get out of the funk that you're in at this time, because life is so hard sometimes. Like, it throws things that you don't even expect that you would get. But we need to armor ourselves with the love for ourselves. We need to armor ourselves with the love for ourselves. So when life throws you all these apples, oranges, tomatoes, chocolate, whatever it wants to throw you, you're going to be okay and you're going to push through. So I want to welcome LeShawn Walker of You Are Unity. She's a motivational speaker, spiritual coach. I mean, I've known this girl for such a long time, and that's why I had to have her on my show on Self-Love Day every single day on I'm Proud of You, Sis. So Valentine's Day was yesterday. Self-Love Day was February 13th. So I had the opportunity to be a guest on her show, You Are Unity, that comes on Tuesday on the Strong Island Network. Yeah. So now this is what I'm Proud of You, Sis is. We help each other out. We collaborate because we will all win if we work as a team. So I have LeShawn Walker here. Hey, LeShawn!
Oh my God. Amen. 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 Thank you so much, Danni, for having me on your show. This is amazing. It really is. I am so proud of you, sis. I really am.
Wait,
First of
I am
all,
proud of you.
congratulations. Well, wait, congratulations on your 3-year anniversary for Self Love Day. Like, that's truly an accomplishment. I want to tell you that. It just brings joy to my heart to see that you didn't let anything stop you from accomplishing the goal, and you did it. And now the rest of us get to enjoy it. The rest of us get to relish in your greatness. So I want to thank you for that. And thank you again for being on the show. This is truly an honor. It really is. And yes, we've known each
Well,
other for a
I want to
while.
thank you because you were I can say, the light to the start of this. Because you gave us the opportunity to get on the gravy train with you. And people might not know this, but this is the woman that sparked this light in my fire. Know her name, LeShawn Walker, guys. And I had the opportunity to be part of her amazing cast of her show, You Are Unity. She gave us each an opportunity to come on her show. And you don't really see that these days.
Yes.
But she gave us all a floor to share our opinion. And with that happening, that opened the doors for everyone else to maybe pursue what she was doing. But she is the person who started the fire in my butt. So I want everyone to know LeShawn Walker is why I am here today, because if it wasn't for her, and of course, God, because God brings the angels.
That's right. That's right.
God
That's
will
right.
bring the people you need in your life
Yes.
to get you where you need to go. So remember that.
Yes.
So I want to thank LeShawn Walker for coming on. I'm proud of you, sis. And it's very emotional to me because it's a week of Valentine's Day. So it's all love.
You're going to make me cry. You are, Danny. I am so serious because it's wonderful to hear that. And especially coming from a woman. And we are about supporting each other. We're about loving each other. We're about appreciating each other. So the fact that you did that, you celebrated me in that moment, because that's all I've been doing for the past couple of weeks or a month or so, is celebrating the small accomplishments, the big accomplishments. And to hear that coming from you, to hear that coming from a woman that's doing big things, great things for her community and this world, it warms my heart. I want to cry right now, but I know we got a show to do. It's amazing.
Let me just tell you
love
something.
You for that. I do.
We have to learn how to thank people who actually helped us. Yes. It's so weird how people have egos. It's so weird how people want to forget. It's so weird how people it's me. Yeah. No. Someone helped you to get here. No one does anything by themselves.
That's right.
And it's okay to thank people. It's okay to give people their flowers. That's why I have you on my show. Thank you personally for being my fire, to have me able to continue this journey. Because LeShawn, I'm gonna tell you something. At that time, that show saved my life. Because as many people might not know, I was really like in a really bad space in my life where I was holding on. And you know what kept me here was good angels like LeShawn Walker, who I didn't have nothing to give, but she saw something in me that I didn't even see in me. And that's why I have to give her flowers and let the world know, because sometimes people forget where they come from, but I will never forget where I came from, who helped me, who pushed me through, because that is part of my story, and I should not be ashamed of it. And I should not be ashamed to tell the world the truth about my story. So I want to say, LeShawn, I didn't have nothing. But you was like, come on.
Yes.
Come on.
Let me tell you, because at the time, and it's so amazing that you're saying this, because you're right. This is love. It's about love this week. And that just makes me feel extra, extra loved to hear that, because I knew what I wanted to do, and I wanted you to just be the best woman that you could possibly be. And I didn't care how I had to do it. I didn't care if I had to yell at you. I didn't care if I had to curse you out. I didn't care if I didn't care how I got that love that I had for you across. So I wanted to bring you on that journey because I knew that God had a bigger plan for you. You just needed to see it. And maybe if you hung around people that had that energy, that it would lead you to it. And though it didn't work out, that we ended up finishing, but look what we both accomplished.
But you know what?
You know what I'm saying?
It did work out.
Yes.
That was always God's plan in the first place.
Yes.
Always.
You're
God
right.
makes no mistakes.
Yeah.
Sometimes when things don't go your way,
Yes.
like I told you yesterday, he knows what's happening around the corner.
Yeah.
He's the only one that knows.
Yeah.
So when things happen and you might be sad about it or frustrated about it and say, why me?
Yeah.
Take that opportunity to understand that why not me?
Exactly. Yeah.
Why not me?
Why not me? Yeah, absolutely.
Why
right.
not me? And when God wants to take you to greater places, sometimes you have to be at your lowest.
Yes.
You have to be at your lowest.
And uncomfortable. He has to make you the most uncomfortable for you to break out of that space. And I think that's where I was too. You don't realize how you helped me. And I want to tell you that as well. You had this air of confidence. You know what I mean? Even in what you were going through. You knew who you were. You just was stuck in who you thought you were supposed to be in that moment. And I think that regardless of that, I was able to see and pull out of you, what your greatness was and who and what you were actually supposed to be doing. But I already knew it. I already saw it. And I was living through you for that. Like I was trying to take energy, but then pour my energy back into you at the same time, if you know what I mean.
No,
because
I know.
Again, you walk around and you have this air of just confidence and just cool calmness. Like you don't let anything bother you, but you're about your business. You're about your family. You're about love. You're about caring about other people. And at that moment, we were both going through things. We were both experiencing new journeys and paths and adversities in our life, but we just, regardless, shined and pulled through it. And I think it was because we trusted the process. Exactly.
We trusted God. Let me tell you something. I welcome now being uncomfortable because that's how I grow.
Oh, yes. Yep.
I welcome the challenges because that's what makes my muscles stronger.
Oh, God, yes.
I'm like, challenges, come, because I feel like my middle name is Figure It Outable. My family be like, how are you going to figure this?
Oh my God. You got to let it just be. I used to be a person that wanted to control everything, or at least be able to see a few steps ahead of what was going to happen. And it was in that discomfort, that time, that I was going through, that I cannot control these things anymore. God, I need your help. That I just realized I just have to relinquish that control and just let it be, and let him just guide me where ultimately I'm supposed to learn the lesson, because that's how you grow. If you just stay stuck in the same place, doing the same thing and thinking that you can control the same situations and not change, then you're not growing. So yeah, it's definitely a lesson. It really is. And I love the fact that you said that. I do that.
Yeah. And this is why I have you on today, to give you your flowers.
Thank you.
I just wanted to celebrate you. I'm so proud of you, sis. I'm proud of where you were and where you are now. Yes. And it's only going to get better.
Yeah.
It's only going to get bigger.
Oh, yeah.
You just got to stay on that train and trust God through the process. Yep. And even if it looks gray, just know that God always got you. And like I was telling you yesterday, I am a testimony. So if anyone tells me they don't believe in God, that is your prerogative. Yeah. And I respect it completely.
Yeah.
But it's because of God, because I'm here right now, because the things that he did for me.
Girl. When you was telling your
I
story,
have to give him. I have to give the testimony. The things that he pulled me through,
I
the
know,
things that he's done for me. Like, there's no way that I could even deny. I
I
can't even
know.
deny that there's
I
a God.
totally resonated with your story. Like it almost sounded like you were telling my story. I was like, did she read my journal? Like everything you experience is exactly how I came to the self-love that I have for myself right now. Because I was really down. I was really depressed. I was really empty. I was feeling lost. I was feeling lonely, and I wasn't, without people in my life, but I was sick and tired of myself. I didn't like the person and the being that was existing and living. It didn't serve the person that I know that God created me to be. And it took some time for me to wake up to the realization that I have to do something, but it also got me down on my knees and begging and pleading with him, like, why am I still here? What is my purpose? I was losing people in my life, people that meant so much to me at an early age, 40, 45 years old. My friends are dropping dead. And then I have, a life that I thought, and I really thought I was living, was almost a slight illusion. And my daughter went to college, and now I have no purpose now. It's like I cannot believe that I was just put here to exist and not to live, and I needed to find a way to thrive and to live. So I had to go on that self-love discovery, girl, and it was getting on my knees, asking God, please tell me, why am I still here versus the people that are not? What is it that you see in me that I'm not seeing in myself right now? What is it that's keeping me going every day, but I'm still unhappy with where I am? So it just got to the point where I had to just sit and let him speak to me and him direct me. And once I did that, everything, like you said yesterday, the connection started to happen. I started to read more. I started to get more into the Bible, spiritually trying to ground myself, to figure out a deeper understanding of why I am the way I am. Because I'm a good person. I'm always full of sunshine. But at the same time, I felt like I was draining myself all the time and not being replenished with that same light that I was trying to shine on everyone else every day. As you said yesterday, it's exhausting to be positive all the time, but I found a way to do it, but it was draining me. It was killing me on the inside. So I had to figure out a way that I could love myself. And once I started that journey, girl, I've never looked back. I own who I am right now. I understand who I am, and I know why I am the way I am. And what's beautiful about that is now I'm sharing that truth with others. I don't want you to assume it by what you see when you look at me. I want you to know it from the moment that you are in my presence because of the light that I'm shining upon you. So it's been a journey, but self-love is so important. I don't think that people will have any sense of peace of mind or satisfaction with their lives if they do not find it. I really
and
feel that
and
way.
our stories will help so many people out there, because like I told you, life is hard. And
Yes.
sometimes when you see people, you think their life is perfect and nothing
Mhm.
happened to them, especially when you're smiling all the time and
Yeah.
and people be like, oh, nothing happens to her. And that's why I
Yes.
always want to speak my truth,
Yeah.
because I know my truth will help someone and maybe save their life,
Right.
or maybe put the fire back in them to know that you can you could be at your lowest, but you can
Yeah.
find ways to push through and become and be at your highest level again, because
Right.
life is like a roller coaster. It goes up and down. So I expect the turns, I expect the dips, but I also
Mhm.
know that I've learned to love myself so much that when the
Mhm.
dips come,
Yeah.
I know this is not the end of my story. I know that I'm going to rise again.
Yes.
I know I'm
Exactly.
going to rise again. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of people who are going through a lot of pain,
Yeah.
a lot of suffering,
Yeah.
a lot of, like, just I understand it. And I just want to tell anyone out there, please hold on.
Yes.
Whatever your faith is, even if you don't have a faith, just please hold on, you know, get help. If
Yeah.
you feel like you can't do this yourself, if you feel like you're a burden to your family and your loved ones, or you feel like you don't want to express anything to them, there are professional therapists, psychologists, psychiatrists out there that can
Mhm.
push, that can help you. And I tell people all the time, when you're looking for a therapist, it's like finding a relationship.
Mhm.
The first one might not work, so it's not like, that's not when you give up, like, oh, I can't do therapy, this one sucked.
Right.
No, you keep finding the perfect one that matches with you.
Mhm.
And you're not crazy.
No.
I just want
Not at all.
everyone to know, when you go to therapy, you're not crazy. It's just you need someone who can make sense of where you are right now,
Right.
and to give you the tools to push you forward, because sometimes you need that little nudge, you need that little push. And that's all I'm going to say about therapy. I'm a believer of therapy. I know there's a lot of people who don't believe in it, but
No,
just
I
like you go
think
to the,
I think it's important. I really, really do. Especially in what my mission is with Your Our Unity. Reawakening and redefining the love within you is really you building the foundation of who you are as a person. And sometimes people can't go that deep because of issues that they really can't control by just reading or just praying or just thinking it away. They do have real mental instabilities, issues, medical problems that they have to address. But once you get to that point that you know in your core that I want to be this good person, I want to be this happy person, I am actually taking the proper steps every day to try to accomplish that. I am doing everything within my power to try to be this person because I know at my core that's who I'm supposed to be. And you still can't get there. You still can't find a way to feel that way or to activate that feeling, then you do need to seek help. You need to speak to someone who can guide you through those feelings, even if it's a medication or something, regardless of the fact that at least you're getting that help so that you can still work on that person that you ultimately want to be. No one should suffer with mental illness in silence. No one should suffer with pain and depression, and especially if you really feel you can't control it, because it's situations obviously that we can control. We were able to move past a lot of our hurt because we were able to control that. But there are people that honestly need that extra help to get them out of their feelings and out of whatever problems and issues that they're going through. So I say to that, I think it is important. In terms of why it's a lot of people have a problem with it, it's a stigma, especially in the Black community, and we know that we're supposed to pray everything away. And I feel that we have a lot of broken people in this world because of that mentality. I feel that if you are a believer, especially a true believer in the word of God, you know that he supplies all of your needs. So he will literally lead you to the help that you need. You just have to be receptive to it. You have to listen and you have to hear that he's speaking to you. And he speaks to you by saying, my child, this is not how I want you to feel. My child, this is not what I created you to be. My child, I need you to go seek help. I need you to be whole. And if that means you seeking someone outside of the church, which your church should be able to lead you to that help, to be honest with you. But if it's telling you to go outside and you seek that extra help from a professional, a counselor, a therapist, please do so, because he's putting those people in your space and your surroundings for a reason. It's no different than a networking for business. If he's leading you to those people that are going to, increase your sales or take you to the next level, he can also do that with your who you are, with you as a person. So definitely, please, I hope people break that stigma, that idea that therapy is a waste of time, or it's not necessary, or I can take care of it, or I can pray it away. Sometimes you need that extra reinforcement to let you know that you're not alone, and someone that can actually give you the resources and the tools necessary to make you a better person. Not everyone is the same, and we all need, different things to make us tick. And we have to realize that sometimes as well. It's not a one-stop shop for everyone. So let's provide that variety to them. Let's let them know that there's outlets out there that can assist you in your journey to being this wonderful, amazing, loving person that God created you to be.
Wow, you're definitely on point on what you're saying, because I just want to end it with this. We don't want people to feel that they're crazy.
Exactly.
It's a chemical imbalance.
Exactly.
That's all it is. You're not crazy. It's just a chemical imbalance in your brain. And that's why I want people to go seek the help, because sometimes people avoid it because they don't want to be labeled as crazy. You're not crazy.
No.
You're not crazy at all. I'd rather you go seek the help that you need to get better than for you to stay in the same situation and just are depleting and getting worse.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
Life gets better when you start seeing yourself in a better situation. And sometimes the most littlest thing, that going for help, therapy, can change your life forever. And I want to say this too. Your family loves you, your friends love you, people love you. So do not ever mistake that if they don't have the time to speak to you, does not mean that they don't love you. Because I have to say this, because sometimes people feel that if their friends are not, everyone is busy, and and sometimes they feel guilty even talking to their friend or their family, because in their mind they're busy. I can't. Talk to them, say how you feel, don't assume, because they love you and they want the best for you. And not everyone has a great family. I get it.
Right.
That's why we're talking to you today about outlets. That if you don't have that support at home, I don't want you to feel that you are alone, because you are not alone.
Nope.
Okay, because I know that feeling of despair. I know that feeling of hopelessness. I've been there. I can talk about it. Your mind spins with negativity. Like, I can't do this. I'm not cute. I'm ugly. I'm fat. I'm disgusting. I'm a loser. Believe me, I have days like that where I'm completely like negative, spinning in my head. And then
you're not enough.
And then I have to talk to myself and say, stop. Stop. You are amazing. You are blessed. You are smart. You are beautiful. You have to start saying these positive things. Even if you don't believe it, the more you say it, the more you will believe it. Because it's like with anything else, it's practice. I tell my kids all the time. They we practice even getting bullied. I'm like,
I love that. Oh my God. Yep. Let's practice being bullied. So I can show you how to, how to deal with that, how to handle that. I really like that. Let me tell you something. That's perfect, because you want to show real life things, real life scenarios, so that you will know how you're going to stand up to those challenges. I mean, it's no different than taking a simulation for a course or something. You're going to try to learn how you're going to deal in this situation. So I love that. And I'm going to probably start doing that myself somehow. I don't know, but I think that is a wonderful idea. And it's important, because you don't want children especially, to feel like they're just, relegated to, what's in their community and their space in their household. Once they get older, they're going to be, just around just a lot of people, an amazing group of people maybe, but a lot of people that are not going to be so great as well. So they are going to have to learn how to navigate and move through those different situations. And being exposed to it at a young age, I think is really, really important. I was talking to someone that said that they didn't, meet a Black person or even have a real relationship with a Black person until they got to college. And that scares me. You know what I mean? So I'm just glad that you're showing them these real life simulations right now on what, other people could possibly do to them. So they'll be prepared.
I just want to say I'm proud of you, sis. And we'll be right back.
Okay.
Hey, and we're back.
Hey.
But no, well, okay. So let's talk about your first love. I mean, I feel like we were talking about first love, but
yes.
Let's just talk about self-love is your first love.
Yes.
So how did you find that first love? Like, what was the process for you?
As I mentioned earlier, it honestly was reconnecting with God. I've always been a spiritual person. I've gone to church and things of that nature, and I read the Bible probably 2 or 3 times from cover to cover, but I had lost my real connection to who he actually was when I was going through the adversities and the challenges that I was going through. So what helped me through that path, of just the sadness and the depression, was just giving myself over to him and telling him that whatever you need from me, whatever you require of me, whatever you want from me, from this day forward, that is what I'm giving you. It's no longer about me living for myself, but it's living for who he purposed me to be. And I had to discover that. And it was uncomfortable. It was so very uncomfortable. But the way I had to discover it was to realize that I didn't really love myself. And I didn't realize that. Then for years, you're thinking you're getting the job done, you're showing up for everyone, you're going to work, you're completing these tasks, but you weren't living your goals or your dreams or your purpose. You're just completing tasks. You're just moving through the process. And that made me realize in that moment, when I started to feel that I wasn't gratified in that I really didn't truly love myself, because I wasn't allowing myself to pursue those things that I know that he put in me. So once I got on my knees and I prayed to him and I released myself completely, I mean, completely to him, and anywhere in any place he wanted me to go. And that's how I discovered that slowly but surely, I'm figuring out who I am, what my expectations are from others, what my boundaries are now, what my strengths are, what my weaknesses are. I had to break myself down. Like you said yesterday, I think I had to just get naked. You know what I mean? And I had to take myself down to the smallest element. And then I just built myself back up, rooted myself in the foundation of love, rooted myself in the foundation of I am enough, I am the queen, I am the greatest, I am God's ultimate creation. And once I started rooting myself in that and believing in it and walking in it with conviction, that's when I started to see now that my tree is starting to bloom, it's starting to grow. It's these different branches of new experiences and new things that I never ever thought in a million years I would be able to do, to see, to accomplish. It was in that moment of understanding that I am enough, and what I do and what I want in my life, I should be able to have it. I wasn't going to allow anyone to ever say to me again, this is all you can afford, and this is all you can do, and this is the only place that you can go. I was no longer going to have someone say to me that this is all the love that I'm going to give you, or this is the only part of your love that I'm going to receive. I no longer wanted to feel that emptiness of me pouring out to others, but not letting the love from others pour into me. So once that journey started, once I started to feel like I was God's creation instead of God's existence, that's when I started to shine. And that's when people started to say, oh my God, girl, there's something different about you. And I knew what it was, but you don't want to start preaching and girl, I did this and I dropped on my knees with God. It was just, I know who I am now. I have that peace of mind. And once you have that peace of mind, there's no looking back. You don't want to feel anything other than that amazing magnetic feeling that you have going on inside of you. And that's where I have been for like the last 2 or 3 years. Like I am in this space right now that I don't care whether good or bad. It's for my good. It's for my growth. It's for my involvement. It's for my education. Whether good or bad, I'm letting God handle it and I'm going to keep moving. That's the kind of self-love that you have, that you got to keep pressing through no matter what. And I've been through some stuff in the past 4 or 5 months that I'm still grappling with. But because of that self-love, because of that confidence that I have, that I know it's going to be all right. And because my self-esteem is like on 1,000, because of God's love, I'm not even going to let it bother me. I know it's going to work itself out. I do have my days that I'm frantic and I'm anxiety stricken. Don't get me wrong. I mean, the
I be
truth
pushing
is,
the button. The
yes,
button.
girl, you have to. But in those moments, I let myself feel it though. You see what I'm saying? You have to let yourself feel those emotions of not feeling enough, not, wanting to get up, not wanting to tackle the day, not wanting to smile, you have to own those feelings. That's who you are. But you don't stay stuck there. You know what I mean? You keep pressing on. The next day you promise yourself, okay, last night I didn't do anything. I was mad. I had an attitude. I didn't want to talk on the phone. I didn't want to get work done. But you promise yourself that tomorrow you're going to wake up to that sunlight and be grateful that you had the opportunity to have that moment to grieve whatever you had to grieve in that moment, but then move back into your life, move back into moving forward in God's plan for your life. Because if you don't, you'll just be existing for the rest of your life. And you don't want to exist here. You don't. Life is not short. Life is precious. Take advantage of the precious life that you have, because only you can make it short and worthless. Only you can do that. So I got tired of doing it. And that's why now, girl, like I said, good or bad, I'm going to press through it. And I'm going to make it be, a lesson that I now take into the future and I can share with others so they can sort of navigate a different path or learn from my experience, or give them the strength to move on because they saw that I was able to tackle through it as well. So self-love is so important. And I advise everyone to please go out and get it. It is so important. It's like the air that you breathe. And I say that also because if you don't have that self-love within yourself, you can't share true love with others. You're not going to give them that real unconditional love if you don't know what that is for yourself. If you're not taking care of your health, how are you going to care about someone else's health really? And if you're not taking care of your mind, your emotion, your spiritual, core, how are you going to truly love someone else the way that they need and deserve to be loved from you? So yeah, self-love.
And that's why people need to understand that, like,
yeah,
it's not really selfish.
it's not.
It's, I want to be 100%. So if I'm not 100% with myself, how can I be 100% with you?
Yeah, that's right.
If I am half full, how can I love you full?
Exactly.
I don't have it in me to love you full.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. That's right.
Like a little thing in my Producer, can you show LeShawn real quick? I got a surprise for her.
Aww.
I hope he's there.
Yes, he is. Please follow LeShawn Walker at Your Our Unity on Instagram and Facebook. This is so great.
I'm back.
Yes.
Can you read this? This is yours.
Good morning, sunshine. Yay!
I saw this.
I love it.
Cup because that is LeShawn saying. I wish you could trademark it.
Girl, I've tried.
This, I will be wrapping it up and sending it to your house tomorrow.
Thank you.
This is my gift to you. I want to say how much I appreciate you coming on my show. But this is LeShawn saying. And when there was times that I was really down, she'd call me up. Good morning, sunshine. What time are you going to be at the show today? I'd be like, oh my God. That was one of the reasons why I was like, I felt like I had purpose. Like I felt purpose. I was like, oh, good. I'm going to be doing something. I'm going to be adding to someone. Because I was just going through the motion. I had the babies. I was just going through the motion of just being a mom. But I wanted to find me again.
Yeah.
And every Wednesday, it'd be like, good morning, sunshine.
Oh my God.
Oh God, yes. I'm alive again. I'm alive.
Oh my God. I love you for that. Thank you so much, girl. Thank you so much. That made my night. You have literally made my night. You have. I want to say to you, seriously, I'm so proud of you, sis. I really am. And not only because I was around when this whole idea came into fruit. Thank you. So to see, where you've come from to where you are now, and the light that you are, and the energy that you have, and the hope that you have in your heart as well. It blows me away. So I am so honored. I am so honored to be on your show. And I want to also
and you'll
say
be back. You'll be back.
Of course, that's right. But I also want to say, no, I really appreciate what you said earlier, about, where I fit into this space. You'd have no idea how much that means to me, because I felt like I made you like this project, you know what I mean? That I just needed her to just feel the blessing that she is. If you remember, I was like tough love, and then I did a little love. I was, but I knew
but you
it
know what?
because
I needed that, and I want to thank you, and everyone out there who helped me push through, who believed in me, who their service, their kindness, their advice, their help. Like, I just want to say I'm so thankful. That's why I believe in the human race.
Yes.
Because there's so many good people out there.
Yeah.
So many good people out there.
No,
in all colors. All colors, all religions, all of everything. It's the human race. Yeah. And I just want to say thank you to every single person out here who was like who pushed me, even if it was an inch or yard, we're not letting you give up on yourself.
Right. Yeah. Let me tell you, you're the epitome of self-love. You really are. Like this is what self-love looks like 2023, folks. I am so serious. You have no idea how proud I am
I'm not
of you.
sick, everyone. I just got little things in my throat because I'm laughing so hard to the air.
Oh my God. No, this is an amazing platform that you have. We are definitely partnering up. And I want everyone out there to know that, you, because of the work that you put in to become who you are today, you have the map. You have the map to how you can become this powerful woman who believes in herself, who can pick herself off the floor, admit, that you're going to have those bad days, but still just keep pressing and just force yourself through it with just the help, the guidance, the love, and the word of God. And you are doing that.
God is always first.
God is always first, but you're doing it, and it's showing.
God is my source, and the humans are my resource.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say. I want to thank everyone for joining. I'm proud of you, sis.
Yes.
LeShawn Walker from You Are Unity for coming on.
Thank you
I
for
hope you
having
appreciate
me.
the flowers.
I did.
And
Thank
you will be getting more flowers.
Thank you. Thank you,
Keep
my
pushing
sister.
through.
That's right. I
Keep
appreciate
pushing
you so
through.
much, Danny. I
Keep pushing
appreciate
through.
you. You too. You
And
too.
bye, everybody. Bye. Thank you for joining. I'm proud of you, sis. Host Danny Benson. Bye.